Welcome to Fantastic Fiber Friday. As you can see, I'm at my Drumcarder working. Sometimes I stand. I have this wonderful little stool with like a lift for your feet. So sometimes I sit. And I am working on Valentine's Day bats. And this particular bat is a beautiful scarlety, crimsony red color. Oops, let me grab that. And silvery gray. And then I have silvery gray mohair as well. And the fire star. And of course, we cannot forget our glitter. So as I put together the bat, I actually divide it down into pieces and put each piece in at a time. And I found the best way to actually add the fire star in is to take a little bit of it and just let the drum kind of grab it. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and finish carding this up while I'm talking to you. As you can see behind me here, we have more Valentine's Day bats. They kind of coordinate with the Valentine's Day yarn. And pretty much for each yarn there is a coordinating fiber spinning colorway to go along with. So to me, I thought that was kind of a cool idea. There's only one that is not, and it's called Secret Erotti, and that's because I added every color of this shiny into it possible, and it only has one color fiber, and that would be, oh, my second reach, yep, this one here, Secret Erotti. I don't know how well you can see the shimmer and shine in it. There's gold glitz, there's silver glitz, there's pink glitz. They call it pink flamingo. It looks almost the color of the fiber. There's fire star and mohair and ruby ripper, yeah, okay. Ruby slipper glitz in there as well. So all kinds of glitz in that bat. And here's some of the other bats, and I can't remember the names of all of them right now. I'd have to go to my Bible for that, and my Bible, I believe, is over there. So this colorway has gold glitz in it with some nice dark chocolatey brown and pink. This colorway has some silver gray and pink, kind of similar to this really red one that I'm doing right now, but instead of having the pink in there, it's actually a this is actually a much brighter red color. And let me throw some more fiber on here because we're spinning away. Almost finished with this bat. I run them through twice. Once just to get everything on there, and the second time to blend them up a little bit. If I want something super blended, I'll run it through 3 times. If I want it just hardly blended at all, and I do this with the Solar Flare colorway, I put really thin layers down and I only put it through once. So it just depends on the kind of effect you're after as to how it goes on the Drumcarder. And I got the last bit of my glitz here for this bat. Let's get this fire star in there. And then I always put a piece of wool on the end to kind of give it a sandwich effect, like it's like the bread. Helps keep everything else in place. I'll start adding my glitz. You can watch me pull this off of here. I think I finally got it down. It took a little bit of practice with this new motor to figure out exactly what speed I could take this off at. And it's definitely slower than the speed that is going right now. And get that last piece of brightly colored wool on there. And then I will hop down here and take this off. I can slide my chair in too, which is helpful. Is it all on yet? Nope, not quite. It's still pulling up on here. This drum here moves much slower than this one, so it kind of spreads it out evenly across the other drum. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop it. And I'm going to take my, they have tools for this. I think they call it like a doffing tool or something. I find that an old long knitting needle works great. No need for any special tool. And I know they have tools for taking stuff off of here, like rolling it off. The best two tools I've found are a bamboo mat and a size 50 knitting needle. And it comes off kind of like this. Let me switch my direction and slow it down. Turn it back on. Hopefully I don't have it going. Oh, I don't have it hardly going at all. There we go. And you just kind of roll it off. And this is 1 ounce of fiber. I'll go ahead and turn it off again. And like I said, I've run them through 2 times. So I'm going to go ahead and start running this back through. Oops, that's a little too fast. There we go. But I don't want it mixed too much, so I'm going to leave the pieces kind of big when I run it back through. And there it goes. I just got to make sure it doesn't pull. Sometimes it'll pull like the middle in quicker than the rest of it, and you want it to all go in evenly. They tell you not to hold it down, but I find that sometimes it helps a little bit to hold it down. But you don't want to press down real hard. See all that sandwich in there of all those different colors? And I'm going to spread out the sandwich. And how many times you run it through does really change the color. Like if you run something through a lot of times, it almost becomes a homogeneous colorway. Where until you get up close, you can't tell that it's not all one color. Which is kind of neat, because you can do that in knitting too. Take different kinds of yarns. If you have a multicolor yarn that's blended really well, it looks like one color till you get right on top of it. And the last piece. And unfortunately, I moved most of my yarn downstairs, so I can't show you the matching colorway with the matching yarn. That would have been kind of cool. Because I just thought about it now. Alright, there we go. And we'll pull it off a second time and take a look at it. It's almost all on there. Having the brush down keeps the top nice and smooth and tamps it down a little bit, which helps when you're working with shorter fibers or flyaway fibers like the Firestar and the mohair. And it really helps when you're working with Angora, because Angora would just fly all over the place. And again with my handy dandy little, change the direction, slow it down, turn it on. There we go. You can see the Firestar, or the metallic glitz sticking out just a little bit. There we go. Right. And there it is. Another beautiful colorway. And granted, I have 4 more of these to do to actually make one 4-ounce bump of fiber, but that's how it's done. I wanted to show you guys today my sweater. I did bring it with me because I didn't show it last week. I actually did get a lot done on it, and like I said in Monday's post, I was worried about that sleeve. Well, I took it into a friend of mine who does some sewing, and she told me, we set it out on the table, and she told me not to worry about it. It'll finagle itself in there, so I didn't get the other sleeve done like I had planned and get it blocked, but I'm just about finished with this sleeve. I've got a few more rows to do on. I'm over halfway. So hopefully I will have this done by next week. Things will be a little less crazy now that I got my big wholesale order out. So that's where I'm at on the sweater. Now you might be wondering how I keep track of all this stuff. I have what I call 2 Bibles, and if I'm missing a Bible, I panic. One is this innocuous little notebook here. I keep all my dye recipes in here for different colorways. Whether it be a special order or something I put together, it is all in here. And this is my calendar with my to-do planner. I do a new to-do planner page every night and stick it in the front of the binder. So those are my 2 Bibles. That's how I keep track of everything. And one last quick sneak peek of something I'm going to show you, just because I thought it was kind of cool the way I dry it. Can you come over this way, please, babe? Okay, I don't know how well you can see. I'll try to lift. See this thing here? This is a towel warmer. It is great for drying yarn after it's been dyed. And the yarn on here is something special I am doing for a review. And you will see it again in a couple months. Sneak peek only. Sneak peek only. And what you see over here are my drying racks, which do have fiber on them for fiber colorways that have been ordered. We turned off all the fans. Everything is dry anyway. It's been on since last night. Turned off the fans so you wouldn't get that fan sound while we're filming. And I do believe that is everything that we have for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. I almost forgot. Get your butt on over to emilysreviews.com to put in a drawing to win a skein of this beautiful colorway yarn. The contest goes until the 28th of January. And if you're feeling really valentine-y, feel free to go over to the fibermybean.bigcartel.com and check out the fiber colorway that matches this yarn. Have a great weekend. Bye.